Hey, what is up guys? Coke Luffy here. So I wanted to do a quick little video and talk about Nintendo's financial call earlier this morning, or I guess it would be yesterday in Japan. I'm not entirely sure. But just wanted to talk about some of the information that came out of that meeting. First off, it's kind of cool, Nintendo, and you know, I have to talk about this because this is part of Nintendo's, I guess, business strategy and what they're trying to do as far as expanding their company. But they announced a new Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing, I believe, for mobile devices. So that's pretty cool. I kind of feel like those two games or those series would be perfect for mobile titles because of the way they handle and their RPGs. Not too much. You're not gonna need like really precise button controls and stuff. I mean, like, this is not Smash Bros. Releasing on mobile or anything. So I mean, RPGs I think are perfect. I think anytime I play a game on a mobile phone, it's usually like an RPG or something like that. Something where you don't need to have buttons, basically, because yeah, you guys know, if you're gamers and you've been console gamers for a long time, then you know you don't really want to play like your action platforming games and stuff like that on mobile devices, at least not in my opinion. I know it can be done, but anyway. But going on to like the real news, the biggest thing that was announced, basically the release date of the Nintendo NX, and I have to say that I am disappointed. It's mostly been rumored and speculation that the Nintendo NX was going to release in 2016. A lot of people were hoping for a November or December release, but we're gonna have to wait till March 2017. And I guess if you really think about it, it's not so much further than those, like the holiday of 2016. But the fact of the matter is, you know, we all wanted it. We want some news, and we're just really thirsty for something new from Nintendo. And I think overall everybody's a little unsatisfied, or they're ready for something more. You know, if you're a gamer like me, where you're impartial, you don't have, well, I can't say that I'm impartial, but I would have to say I have all the consoles. I dabble in all of them. I have an Xbox One. I have two Xbox Ones, actually. I have a PS4 and two Wii U's. And I have a PC. I play PC games, and I have a pretty large catalog on Steam. You can look at my my profile on my YouTube channel and look at my Steam account and look at my library. It's pretty large. But you know, I'd have to say for this generation, or at least since the Wii has been out, I've definitely spent more time gaming on other platforms, which is okay, and it's fine. You know, it doesn't mean I dislike Nintendo. It doesn't mean that, you know, I hate the Wii U or anything like that. But it definitely means that there wasn't, I guess, the presence I wanted on this console, or to be using it as the main console. Because let's think of it this way. Nintendo wants me, and it wants the gamer, to be using the Wii U as their main platform. They want people to go to Nintendo first, but they're not offering what, I want to say, the modern conveniences of most consoles right now. And of course, obviously, it doesn't touch PC in a sense, but you know, like, I know a lot of people talk about PC games. One of the biggest things I have, or the biggest problems I have with PC games is, and then again, this could just be for console ports and stuff, like, especially if I play a lot of fighting games online, you can never find anybody, and then the connection is crap. So I mean, like, there's definitely benefits to being able to play on you know, console services and stuff like that. But anyway, that's another video for another time. Just know that I play everything. I am a gamer. I'm a huge gamer. But I have some favoritism towards Nintendo. My favoritism used to be towards Sega. But we all I discussed this in my first NX video. The one that was pretty long. But anyway, I say all of this because I'm a Nintendo fan and I'm critical of Nintendo because I want to see Nintendo do better. I know they can. Part of me believes deep down inside that they have the potential to save gaming, as you know, save gaming and bring it back to like how they did back in the day with you know, during the Atari days and back when they released in the original Nintendo, and how popular that was and how that really just changed things up. Now, it may not be to that extent anymore since there's so many other forms of medium that kind of compete with gaming and stuff, mostly more mobile gaming. But yeah, it's really, I really think that Nintendo could really change the game up. And that's primarily just because of how well known they are in their IPs. Like their IPs are worth so much in my opinion, in their history and everything. And I feel like if Nintendo releases a console and they release it soon and it has the support and the power that, you know, is up to modern standards or even better, you know, then they can do some really amazing things. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, we're not going to see the NX this year. They're not bringing it to E3, and I think that's kind of a, I think it's a mistake. I do feel that way because I feel that if you're going to be launching a new piece of hardware that's going to basically start off another generation, I think it should be at not only at E3, but I think it should be at E3 at the year, like around the year where people will know about it. I mean, Nintendo's basically, they've announced that the system is in the works, and you know it has a release date or it has a release time frame, and then you're not going to bring it to E3. And I think that's primarily because they said that they wanted to show off Zelda U. Now I don't know if they feel that announcing or talking about NX stuff will overshadow the Zelda on the NX. I mean Zelda on the Wii U, but they've announced that the Zelda game is also going to be releasing on the NX as well. In fact, that development for those games was done together. So I'm not really sure how, and you know, this is just me inferring. I'm not saying this is what Nintendo has said, but I kind of feel like, well, yeah, like how is talking about the NX going to take away from Zelda U? You know, not in such a large way. You know, like, I think really at that point it becomes about the game, and you get it on the platform that you have. So when the NX comes out, yeah, you're going to get it on the NX, you know, or you're going to get it on the Wii U if you don't have an NX or you don't want an NX. But I really think that they should be showing footage of the Wii U version. In fact, I think what should happen is they should be showing the footage of the Wii U game and show the NX and go into specs and a lot of other things. But I don't know, maybe E3 isn't as big of a deal. It seems like, you know, there's been some publishers who said that they're not even going to go to E3 this year. Things in gaming are definitely changing, and it's kind of a flux right now. We don't really know what's going to happen, and things are definitely different. So I'll definitely say this: if Sony uses this opportunity to talk about the PlayStation Neo, you know, and maybe if Xbox is talking about their next console or their upgrade or whatever, then I feel like Nintendo's just gonna get left in the dust, and it's just gonna be like another one of those really awkward years for Nintendo where it's like, oh, well, yeah, typical Nintendo. Like, you should be making a track record of having bad E3 shows. So I don't know. I kind of feel that, you know, for them being Microsoft and Sony, this is a great opportunity to, you know, do some stuff. And I kind of feel like, and this is not an Xbox video, I think Microsoft hasn't been doing so well with their console either. Yeah, I think it was last E3 because Halo 5 has already came out in October. Was just really, really, really weird. And I feel like every time they showed Halo, it was just kind of shoehorned in there. And then they were really, really on that Rise of Tomb Raider, like, oh yeah, we got Rise of Tomb Raider and Forza. And then I believe that's when they showed the new Fable game that they canceled. It was just, it was horrible. I don't even remember Sony's. Oh, I should remember Sony's because that's when they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake. Jeez. Yeah, Sony had the show last year. But anyway, I say all that to say, I'm really disappointed, but you know, E3 may not be as important as it once was. Things are changing. Nintendo basically can reach their audience directly with their Nintendo Directs, and they're always very successful. I mean, there's always a ton of people in the Directs. Even the Directs that are like 8 minutes long, or really, really short ones, like the Pokemon one that just happened recently. I remember the last Smash Direct was the hypest thing ever. I loved it. That was the best. But yeah, they can reach people with that. The Nintendo Direct where Cloud was released. I did a reaction on that. That was the hypest crap ever. But they can reach their audience directly. They don't necessarily need E3. So this is me being a little bit more positive. So hopefully, you know, I want to say by November of 2016, December at the latest, we get a Direct that's all NX, you know. I know Nintendo doesn't go to the Tokyo Game Show, but, you know, that'd be cool just to get maybe a Direct, or maybe if they went to well, I know they're not going to go to Tokyo Game Show, but it'd be pretty cool to see something maybe in late summer, you know, early fall, that really goes into the NX news. Because, I mean, you're really asking your fan, you're asking your consumer base to wait a year. A year? That is a long time for another console game. I mean, like, at this point, you'd have to imagine, like, if somebody's like a real, like a gamer, like a real, like, you know, like, I don't want to say hardcore, but if they were just gaming on the Wii U, you know by now they'd buy something else. They either gaming wouldn't really be that much of a priority to them, or they're playing on another platform, you know. And I think what Nintendo needs to be thinking is, I need to make my system such that they don't play on anything else, you know. Like, I'm playing on everything, you know. I have always been, ever since I've been able to afford it, I've been playing on all the platforms. That doesn't mean I get every single game. Usually I have that toss-up of what system I'm going to get a game on, and I usually go by the online population, or if it's not about the online population, then I'll go off of specs. So for instance, you know, I was going to give you an example, but everything right now, specs and population are all PlayStation 4. But for instance, like, I wouldn't play Battlefront on PC. Not that, you know, I play Battlefront too much anyway, because nobody's playing it on PC. Everybody's playing it on PS4. So that's like a rough example. And usually I'll get consoles for exclusives, like Xbox. You know, I get it primarily for Halo. I'm a huge Halo fan. And of course, I'm always going to be getting Nintendo's platforms because of Metroid, Kirby, Mario, Zelda, and Smash Bros. Primarily. And there's not a lot of exclusives for Sony platforms that I really, really like. I'm not really into the Naughty Dog games so much. I did play Last of Us, which was awesome. But I guess for Sony, it was more so for Capcom and Square Enix support. So a lot of their big games come out on Sony platforms, so I support them. So, yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't really have much else to say. This is just kind of like a rambling, not very professional video. I don't like to do a lot of, like, I would like to have done, like, a vlog, you know, with video and stuff like that. And eventually I'll get to the point where I can do that. But this was just a little video. Just woke up, I saw the news, and I felt like this need to talk about it. So I did a video. So... kind of doing that because, you know, like I said in one of my other videos, don't have a lot of people to talk to this information about. You know, I'm just kind of doing it because, you know, it's like I'm passionate about it, but it's not like I really can talk to people or friends about it because they're not into it like how I am. So I do videos. So anyway, that's all for now. Kokutan Luffy signing out. Have a nice one. Peace.